Yay! Happy dancing!
So if you hadn't heard, we're finished filming. Yeah, it's all done.
Woohoo!
Cool.
We just finished filming the last section of Awake for a Moment, which is pretty exciting.
Pretty surreal.
Yeah, feels weird.
A little bit.
So everyone, favourite moment from shooting or day? You can do it. You can pick a day.
I liked the dance at the entertainment centre. I think that was fun because we had heaps of people on set. The makeup and costume was fun for me, but it was good. It was a good bunch of people. It was a long 2 days, but it was really I really liked it. Good.
Well, my favourite day was obviously the last day of Angela's, which we've talked about before. Because that was an intense shoot day and good for a director because intense emotively with the actors, working with them, and that's always fun.
Very emotional, very, very emotional day. But good.
Leah?
Yeah. My favourite shoot day is probably the last one. We finished with the last scene of the film, which was kind of nice. Makes you feel really final. So, yeah.
I think I cried on all 3 of those days for different reasons.
I think exhaustion was probably the underlying
Exhaustion
theme.
was the one that I had.
Yeah.
That one was just pure, what we shot was just too hard for me to handle. And then the last day, because it was the last day. And it didn't hit me until I was driving home by myself, racing to work. And I just kind of sitting at the lights, and I was just like, oh no! And legit, horrible tears, like, this person next to me is looking at me, he's like, oh, I'm like, That's my embarrassing story for today.
It hasn't really hit me because it doesn't fully feel.
You guys
it's
are
not
still
fully
editing
over.
and stuff like that. See, mine, just production design, I didn't have anything else to do.
I think editing is this dark looming cloud. It's going to cover our lives with awfulness for the next few months.
Yeah.
Oh well, it'll be interesting. The footage looks really lovely from being on set. It'll be interesting to watch it cut together. I'm really happy with it so far, so it's kind of exciting. We should thank the actors for this section. They have been so lovely.
That's true.
Really great to work with.
Very blessed.
Yeah, and they're so talented. So
It made it a lot easier. Like all the actors we've worked with, it's made this process really good. So we thank you all once again, and we thank everyone that worked on James as well.
Yeah.
Because it was good, really good. So now we have a bit of BTS and some interviews, I believe.
Yes.
So stay tuned. We will do another studio update in a while
When we're editing.
with some editing stuff, but for now, enjoy the loveliness of the things we're about to show you. But
Cool. So I'm Chris Price and I'm playing James.
My name's Melissa Haynes and I play Echo.
Well, James, unfortunately, decides to go along with an idea that one of his colleagues has, which is solve your problems by throwing drugs at them. And for the first time, he actually does see something beautiful and something elegant, but unfortunately, he can't quite capture it. And so he becomes more and more extreme in his efforts to get back to seeing this mysterious fey figure that keeps appearing in his mind and in the mirror that he's painting from.
Okay, I'm James's, I guess, inner thoughts or feelings coming out into this mirror that it's stuck and they have no connection, they can't actually touch. And yeah, it's just sort of a reflection of what he's going through.
So how do you approach a character like that?
Well, it was interesting with James because there's I sometimes feel that frustration as well, that, and a lot of actors do, I'm sure, that you have so much self-doubt, you go through so many instances of people giving you the wrong advice, you walk down a path that you think you're destined for and find that you've actually been doing something completely different the whole time and nobody's bothered to tell you. And James as well is a very unfriendly, mostly unlikable character. You know, you feel sorry for him, but you have to admit he's a bit of a prick. And so you can understand why he hasn't been given the right kind of advice. But regardless, it's just getting to that point where you have to really get in the head of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing and somebody who isn't sure of themselves. And, you know, it's a fun thing for an actor to do because we're supposed to be so confident and, you know, in your face all the time, especially with things like comedy and action. This is very dramatic, it's very dark, it's very psychological, and so it's nice to be able to pull everything inward and create a character who's basically my mirror image, I feel. Well, I was a really shy kid growing up. I used to just live in fiction and books and video games and all the rest. And my mother, God bless her, decided that it would be really fun to enroll me in a dance school, which, you know, was a little confronting. And but a few years later, I was doing stage magic and I was acting and I was singing and I was writing and I was just doing everything I could possibly get my hands on that involved a stage or a camera. And it sort of brought me out of my shell and taught me to be able to sit here in front of a camera and talk to people without clamming up and feeling really awkward about myself.
Cool. So where do you sort of see yourself going? What's your direction?
Well, I write a lot of my own films myself, so I would like to get into the writing, directing side of things, but I just really enjoy being other people as well. So there's a couple of projects on the horizon, and I'm just hoping that I can go the actor-writer route and then direct when I'm a little bit older and I'm sick of, not that I'll ever get sick of it, but once I,
Need a new challenge?
That's it, need a new challenge. Yeah, that's it.
I started when I was about 11, just doing classes, and then I actually really fell in love with it. And so it's falling around. And yeah, I started doing it professionally around the age of 16. And just sort of done bits and pieces on television and film, and that's where I want to keep going. Based on Echo's character, maybe self-betrayal. I mean, maybe that's what it's sort of coming across to the audience.
Well, I know that the film is based around 4 different stories, focusing on 4 different people. And I get the impression that it's also based on a number of Greek myths. The one that I'm based off is Narcissus and Echo. And it seems as though each of the characters in some way is approaching their problems the way they probably shouldn't. And it seems as though it all sort of comes back to bite them as the stories progress. I've really enjoyed working with the crew on this production because you walk in on any student/independent film and you're expecting to see the same old mistakes, you're expecting to see people who are learning as they're going, and that's okay, but it can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge for people who have more experience because it's difficult to not interject or accidentally offend people for offering to help with something, you know, things like that. But the 3 girls, they obviously know exactly what they're doing. I mean, if I look really haggard right now, it's the makeup, it's that good. And on top of that, the sound has never been an issue. Sound's always an issue on any production, even the major ones, but that doesn't seem to have had any problems. The camera work is great, much better than you would normally expect to see on a simple 5D camera. And obviously the direction has worked because we're generally finishing 3-4 hours early, and it's all good.
Cool.
Despite the fact that the rest of the story has been kept really hush-hush, go see it. Let me know what the other 3 stories are about, because mine's the only thing I've been told about, and it's all secrets and X-Files and all the rest of it. But I'm sure it's going to be brilliant because my bit's brilliant.